Welcome to Retro Rides Garage. Tonight we count down the top 10 fastest motorcycles ever made, our top speed legends. This episode celebrates verified pace, planted chassis, an arrow that stays calm when the road opens. We start with two fresh picks at 10 and 9, then roll through era-defining icons, reshuffled for variety so every video stays unique. Expect big fours, smooth sixes, and a taste of two-stroke history, long gearing, tidy bodywork, tall final ratios, and strong brakes for the end of the straight. We respect the machines and the riders who prove them. Clear numbers, calm hands, and roads chosen with judgment. Keep it legal, ride smart, and gear up every time. If you're here for speed told with respect for real testing and real road manners, you're home. Subscribe to Retro Rides Garage, ring the bell, and share your own top speed stories in the comments. Hydration ready, visor clean, tire pressures checked, and a relaxed grip on the bars. Settle in, breathe, and listen as the engines climb toward the red. Number 10 is on deck. Let the map shrink while the legends wake up and enjoy the ride. We'll highlight power delivery, gearing, stability, braking, and clean airflow keeping helmets quiet. You'll hear quirks behind legend. Ready? Lights up, throttle with care. Yamaha's FJ1200 is a big bore 4 that earned real top speed respect in the late 80s. Long overall gearing, calm bodywork, and a frame that holds a line at fast pace let the bike stay composed when the road opens. The inline 4 displaces 1,183 cubic centimeters and makes broad, usable torque, so roll-on passes happen without a downshift and the needle keeps rising with a steady pull. The 5-speed box is spaced for highways. Period tests recorded high 140 to near 150 miles per hour in stock trim, and owners loved that it would cruise at legal speeds all day without heat or harshness. The long wheelbase calms weave, the fork and swing arm resist wallow, and the brakes give confident stops after long straights. Add a screen and soft luggage and the FJ becomes a fast sport tour. Strip it down and it still feels stable at the top end. That balance of speed, stamina, and manners is why the bike sits comfortably in any list of top speed legends. Choose a smooth line, keep your grip light, and the big Yamaha turns distance into one clean arc while the attach sits lower than you expect. It is quick, durable, and easy to live with, the kind of machine that made magazine speed charts and also took riders home without drama. Suzuki's GS1150E was a mid-80s missile built around a big air and oil-cooled inline 4 and a strong 5-speed gearbox. The engine's broad torque and long final ratios let it surge from legal pace to serious speed without drama, and period tests placed it among the quickest top-speed street machines of its time. Carburetors are simple and well-sorted, ignition is reliable, and the steel chassis tracks straight when the wind picks up. The tall top gear keeps revs modest at cruise, yet roll-on shove in 4th and 5th remains decisive, which is why magazine charts showed genuine 140-plus miles per hour runs on stock bikes. Suspension hardware was stout for the day, with a braced swing arm and a fork that stayed calm under hard braking, and twin discs up front gave repeatable stops after long straights. Ergonomics are classic UJM, sensible bar reach, humane knee angle, room to tuck at speed. It was durable enough for weekday duty, yet always game for a top-end blast on a safe, empty stretch. That mix of muscle, stability, and test result is why the GS1150E still lives in the speed legend conversation. Pick a smooth line, keep the throttle steady, and the Suzuki turns long pavement into one fast paragraph, proof of how the mid-80s made legends. Kawasaki's KZ650 proved a middleweight could run fast. Born in the late 1970s as a lighter sibling to the famous Z1, they use a rev-happy 652 cubic centimeter inline 4 with double overhead cams and 4 carbs. The engine loves to spin, the 5-speed gearbox keeps it on the cam, and tall overall gearing lets it settle into a calm hum deep into triple digits. Period tests praised how cleanly it ran past the ton and kept pulling toward the 110 miles per hour zone in stock trim. The steel-framed and long wheelbase bring stability on sweepers, while the fork and twin shocks are firm enough to resist wallow at high pace. Single or twin front discs depending on year, plus a rear drum, give predictable braking after long runs. Lighter than leader rivals, it feels eager on back roads yet never nervous on the highway, and riders can tuck behind a small screen and watch the needle climb without weave. Owners also like the practical side. Valves hold settings well, access under the tank is clear, and part support is strong thanks to long production and a big fan base. That mix of usable speed, stability, and everyday toughness is why the KZ650 fits the top speed legends list. It turned commutes into sprints and weekend rides into stories, proving that smart gearing and clean aero help a midsize howl with real authority. Suzuki's GT750, nicknamed Water Buffalo in the States and Kettle in the UK, show that speed and smoothness could live together. Its liquid-cooled 2-stroke triple breathes through 3 CV carbs, and the engine's mellow tune lets it pull from mid-revs without the sudden hit that scares rough pavement. Cooling jackets and a big radiator keep temps steady, so fast cruising does not cook pistons like many air-cooled triples. The 5-speed gearbox and calm final ratios let the needle rise with a steady surge, and period tests logged about 110 miles per hour in stock form. Ride it tucked behind a small screen, and the bike tracks straight. Weight and wheelbase keep weave away, and twin front discs on later years give confident stops after long straights. Owners like the long legs, a broad seat, relaxed peg position, and an engine that hums instead of buzzes. Keep 2-stroke oil topped, jetting clean, and plugs fresh, and the Buffalo runs hard for years. It is not a modern missile, but by early 70s standards this was real top end. That is why the GT750 earns a place here. A calm liquid-cooled performance marker that made high speed feel less risky and more repeatable, turning long roads into one smooth paragraph of motion. The soundtrack is distinct, a triple note that rises without harsh buzz, proving speed and endurance share one saddle. Norton Commando 850 Mark III is the fast British twin that learned how to stay smooth. Its 828 cubic centimeter parallel twin sits in an isoelastic cradle that isolates vibration from the rider, so the bike can push past the ton without the blur that tires hands and eyes. The Mark III arrived for 1975 with an electric start, a left side shift, and a stronger rear disc, and period tests recorded true speeds in the 100 teens when tuned well. Long gearing and a calm cam let the motor pull a tall top gear on empty A roads, while the stout frame and long wheelbase keep weave away. Twin discs or a disc and drum depending on market give predictable stops, and the riding triangle suits a tuck behind a small screen. Owners learn a simple rhythm: keep the isoelastic shims in spec, adjust the chain, feed it good oil, and Commando stays eager for fast miles. Compare with many 70s twins, it runs cooler and steadier at pace, and the gearbox shifts cleanly once warmed. It is not a modern rocket, yet its combination of isolation, real top speed, and confidence in sweepers made it a legend. That is why the 850 Mark III stands here among top speed icons. It showed that a big British twin could race the horizon with grace, linking old school torque to new school stability, so riders could chase long straights without drama. Honda's CB750 changed speed charts by making a Fast 4 affordable and reliable. Its 736 cubic centimeter inline 4 uses a single overhead cam and 4 CV carbs, and the early K0 added a hydraulic front disc that gave confident stops at the end of long runs. With tall overall gearing and smooth delivery, the bike could hold a ton and reach roughly 120 miles per hour in period tests, a number that turned late 60s highways into new territory for many riders. The steel frame is sturdy, the 5-speed gearbox is friendly, and the motor likes to spin without drama. At pace, the mirrors stay readable and the chassis tracks straight, helped by a long wheelbase and calm steering geometry. Owners found that regular oil, clean carbs, and valve checks kept performance crisp for years, and parts support grew huge as sales exploded. A small screen and low tuck let the bike slip through the air better than naked rivals, and the 4's even beat keeps hands relaxed. It was not just quick for its era, it was composed, which made speed usable outside a racetrack. That mix of top-end, braking confidence, and day-to-day reliability is why the CB750 belongs on a list of top speed legends, the original superbike that set a standard others chased while riders learned how fast a Street 4 could be without scaring itself. Honda's VFR 800 with VTEC earned a high-speed reputation by mixing a slick V4 with tidy aero and long final gearing. The 800 Class 4 makes broad mid-range and spins cleanly to the top, so roll-on thrust in 4th and 5th stays strong, and the needle keeps climbing in a calm, predictable way. Tests across the 2000s placed the bike in the 150 miles per hour class in stock trim when conditions were safe, yet it remains steady at legal cruise with a quiet cockpit. The fairing directs clean air around a helmet. The seat lets you tuck without strain, and the chassis keeps a chosen line even in crosswind gusts. Linked brakes with ABS on many years provide repeated, confident stops after a long straight. The 6-speed box shifts smoothly, and fueling is civil for day-to-day riding. Add factory panniers, and you get a sport tourer that can live on fast lanes all week. Leave it bare, and it still feels planted near the top end. Owners praise its robustness. Valves hold spec for long intervals, and cooling is efficient. That blend of durability, composure, and confirmed pace is why the VFR 800 belongs on a top speed legends list. Quick enough to touch the big numbers, refined enough to make them usable. Ergonomics are neutral with humane knee angle and easy bar reach. Mirrors stay clear at pace to maintain awareness. Yamaha's FJ R1300 is the classic fast sport tourer that backs numbers with manners. Its 1,298 cubic centimeter inline-4 makes elastic mid-range and a steady top-end pull, and the shaft final drive keeps the rear will tidy its speed. A wide fairing and an electric screen carve a quiet pocket of air, and the long wheelbase keeps the chassis settled when the needle climbs. Period tests and stock trim regularly place the FJ are in the mid-150 miles per hour class, yet it will lope for hours at legal pace without heat or buzz. ABS is common. Cruise control arrived on many 2013 and later models. NES versions add electronic suspension for composed braking and drive. The 6-speed gearbox from 2016 lowers revs on the highway while preserving roll-on shove for quick passes. Factory panniers sit close and maintain stability, and the seat lets you tuck without strain for clean aero. The cockpit is calm, mirrors stay readable, and crosswinds feel smaller than they look. Owners praise durability. Routine fluids and tires keep it happy for 6-figure odometers. That balance of verified pace, stability, and everyday civility is why the FJ belongs on any top speed legends list. It is the rare machine that makes high speed feel organized rather than frantic, and then rides home in comfort the same day. BMW's K1600 GTL is turbine smooth speed wrapped in Grand Tour comfort. Its 1,649 cubic centimeter inline-6 barely raises its voice as it spins toward the limiter, and tall overall gearing turns small throttle into long, quiet strides. The shaft final drive is clean at high pace, while the long wheelbase and planted chassis keep the bike steady when the speedometer walks past 150. Most markets list a top figure around 250 kilometers per hour, roughly 155 miles per hour, which suits a luxury tourer designed for composure first. A wide fairing and a tall screen shape calm air. The seat and bar reach are relaxed. ABS and traction control are standard. Many models add electronic suspension adjustment and ride modes that trim responses for weather. Link brakes shed speed confidently after long straights. Panniers sit close and stable, and lighting is powerful at night. Owners praise the inline-6 for velvet smoothness and for durability measured in huge odometer numbers when fluids are kept fresh. That is the GTL's appeal. Verified fast, but always organized. It can touch the numbers at the top on a safe, empty road, then settle down to lope home at legal pace with the same calm heartbeat, proving that a big tourer can also wear the top speed legend badge without breaking character. Kawasaki's Z1RTC is the late 70s turbo legend that puts showroom speed in headlines. Built by Turbo Cycle Corporation on the Z1R KZ1000 platform and sold through select Kawasaki dealers in the US, they use a Rajini turbo in a draw-through layout with a single carb, set to modest street boost so the stock bottom end stayed safe. Kawasaki did not warranty the engine. Buyer signed notice, and TCC covered the turbo hardware. The air-cooled 4 kept its 5-speed gearbox on tall final drive, and the long wheelbase helped it run straight at serious pace. Period tests and owner reports put verified top speed past 150 miles per hour in stock street trim when conditions were right, which made the TC a real top speed legend. Brakes were strong for the day with twin front discs, but riders still planned extra margin after long straights. The trick to riding one fast was smooth inputs, roll on in the higher gears, let the turbo spool, and the needle climb without drama. Keep fresh plugs, good fuel, and on-time oil, and the package stayed reliable at sane boost. It was not a mass production factory turbo. It was a dealer special with paperwork and warnings, sold to riders who knew what they were buying. That is why it belongs here. Numbers to match the headline, stability to use them, and a story that still reads fast today. Still a bold icon. That's our run to the checkered flag. You've just watched Retro Rides Garage count down the top 10 fastest motorcycles ever made, our top speed legends. We mixed eras on purpose, classic 4s and 6s, the Turbo Dealer Special, even water-cooled two-stroke history, all chosen for verified pace, composure, and stories that still raise heart rates. If a name you love didn't appear, tell us what you'd add and why. Keep it friendly. The whole point is celebrating engineering that turned empty highways into myth. Now the reminder we always give: respect the law, ride within limits, and treat this as history and appreciation, not instruction. Choose safe places for speed, wear full gear, and look out for each other. When you share your own top speed memories, please note the year, the setup, and the conditions. Facts make legends stronger. Before you go, a quick checklist. Torque the axles, check brake pads, inspect tires for age and pressure, and keep your chain clean or your shaft oil fresh. If this episode helped, maybe it gave you models to research, or just reminded you why fast can be graceful, tap subscribe, ring the bell, and drop a like. Comments power the next picks. We read them all. Want the images and sources we used? Check the description. Want more voiceover that pronounces names cleanly for TTS? Say the word, we'll share our text pack. Coming up, we're planning deep dives on aero tricks that keep helmets quiet and on gearing choices that make high speed feel calmer. We're also lining up a throwback test day for classic rockets that still matter. If you've owned one of tonight's bikes, leave your setup, tire model, screen height, bar risers, and anything that helps stability. Your notes help riders stay safe. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. Hydration, chain lube, tire pressure, then ride smart. This is Retro Rides Garage signing off. Keep the revs steady, keep the stories rolling, and we'll see you on the next long, fast horizon. Explore our Fast Legends playlist and the Reliability series. Both pair speed with judgment, skill, and care.